What's up, everybody? Everybody, rock your body. I had the other one of this one somewhere. Get some music going, cause I know I can play it now. Yeah, where'd the other knife go? Howdy, everybody. Is this thing on? Are we live? Is it working? Says we're live. Let's double check and make sure. Cool. We're working. We're going. We're live. Henry, Stevie, Maddie, Joseph, Broke AZ. Howdy, everybody. Yeah, I had the other H2O somewhere, and I don't know. I don't know where it is. But that's fine. Omega, howdy. Stevie called me a mofo. Wow, that's unfortunate. Okay. So, how's everybody's weekend? I guess that's where we start. How was y'all's weekend? Mine was good. I didn't do anything. Yeah. So there's that. There's this place. I've spoke about it before. So maybe if I keep talking about it, you know what I mean? Like speaking to existence type stuff. Maybe that I can get this place. So I'm obviously in no like place to get it financially, right? But anyways, there's this building that I've been looking at, and it's been available for a while. We're talking maybe probably over a year, right? But I just started scoping it out recently because there was a sandwich place that opened up next to it. And so this spot was kind of run down, right? But now they're building it up, and it's like a corner lot on this big strip. And yeah, it's a strip club. And so there's only a few places, but they're building the whole area up. So I'm thinking if I can get in and get this building like, opened up the way I want it to, it would be a great location for a knife shop, because our closest knife store that's not like anything else, like, you know what I mean, pews and whatnot, is like maybe like 40 minutes away, right? So it's quite the drive to go to a knife place that's out there. And if you don't live anywhere like close, then you don't have a knife place to go to, right? So anyways, I've got a splinter in my arm. Ow. I got it. So, anyways, I'm thinking if I can get this spot, it's in like prime location, blah blah blah. It needs to be there. Needs a lot of work though. It's just a concrete. It's basically just concrete and cinder blocks, and the place that's next to it was like in the same area, and they cut it off. So they took the electricity, they took the lights, they took the there's no AC, right? For that particular, for their side, they have like a little wall unit, and then for the open side, it needs a new AC unit, which is very expensive for one. Um and like, Freon, it gets outdated, so then you have to replace the unit and the Freon, of course, because what are you gonna put in it? Um, or maybe not Freon, but whatever the stuff that goes in it, right? Um, but yeah, because that stuff like gets outdated every, I don't know, like 10 years or so. Um, anyway, I'm rambling, but I really want this location because it's nice. It's got big windows. It's a big spot. It would be perfect for like a knife store, I think. But anyways, that's a big dream, a big goal I want to have for even late this year, maybe next year. But it would be really cool to get. Um, it snowed like 3 feet on the ground. Oh, what a pain! I was watching the kids shovel snow. Yeah, that's rough. I know up north y'all are getting like, um, well, not like y'all are getting like a blizzard though. Um, I don't know how much New York got, but it was a ton. How close is it to the Waffle House? There is a Martin's close to it. There's not necessarily a Waffle House close to it. A refrigerant, yeah. Yeah, I should have known that. But yeah, that unit is probably from the 90s, if I had to guess. And I was looking at it with my dad because my dad was like a chief maintenance engineer. So he was like, "Yeah, that AC's got to go." Or well, the whole unit's got to be updated. But there's like no outlets, there's no lights, um, there's no plumbing because the building that the where they cut it, they took the plumbing, so all that stuff has to be re-put in. So I love the location. The building is big, right? Even though it was cut, it's still big enough for what I would need it for. But all the work that's got to be put into it, the plumbing, HVAC, there's no ceiling, but it's got where the units, all the hoses and stuff, or ductwork, it it looks pretty cool because it's like all spidered out. Looks really neat. Exposed. So it'd be cool. Throw up some like LED like strip lights. Um, but yeah, it's probably a lot more work to get it going than it would be just to find another place that's better. But I truly think that that location is really nice. Dr. Drew, what's up? Well, enough of my dream of a knife store. You know what I don't get on this like Shiro, right? Is for this, for the lock cutout, they use like a ball mill or something. So instead of a chamfer, you get this weird like concave, right? And it's kind of a hot spot. Like it's catchy. Everything else is not like that. So it's like when it's on the machine like this, they just take a ball end mill and just run it. It's like the one thing I don't like about it. But then they go and do something cool like this. Like, dude, who is chamfering that? That's so cool. It's a cool knife. So I got some handle materials in. For those that don't know, um I'm making my own knives, a couple fixed blades. And ground fog, howdy. Probably needs a fire suppression system too. Oh, I'm sure it needs everything. It needs everything, dude. It's basically just 4 walls, like with ductwork. That's it. Like it would have to be thoroughly checked. Fortunately, for me, um, my dad's retired from his maintenance stuff, so he knows what he's looking at for the most part, and knows people you know, who can fix that stuff. Uh, so that's cool. I have some family members who are carpenters as well, so they could make like the shelves, the furniture, stuff like that. If I wanted like custom stuff, um, which I'm sure they would be more than happy, you know, to be involved. Um, but yeah, you know, uh, it could be done. But yeah, that HVAC, the plumbing, all that stuff, that's it's still pricey though. Pricey. So it's like either I could get it the way I want it, or I could get a better like a build out building that's got like lights, everything, blah 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 blah. But it's not like necessarily as big as I would want it to be, or like the way it's laid out could be smaller than the one I'm already looking at. It's whatever. It's like it's no different than looking at houses, which one needs more fixing up, which one's worth it in the long run. You know what I mean? So doing a whole build out, if the building people would be like, okay, hey, look, we'll do, since it needs all X amount, new unit, blah blah blah. Could that be plugged into like rent, or would they cover it? Obviously, not really, but some places do cover build outs to an extent, or like they have, like um parameters. Is that a thing? When they're like, hey, we need like 4 cubicles, you know what I mean? Like for an office. And they go, okay, we can build the cubicles. Okay, we need these kinds of doors. We need these locks. We need blah, blah, blah. They say, okay, we'll build it out. I don't think these people quite do a build out. It's not like a city, you know what I mean? It's not like we're in Atlanta where they'll do it and plug it into rent. You know what I mean? This place is probably like, no, you can do it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, what was I talking about? Handle material. Sorry. So I bought some handle material, and I got some jute micarta, some nice brown jute micarta. Looks really cool. And I did end up gluing the green G10. It's like a dark green G10 to them, and it turned out pretty good. Obviously I don't know. Like, they look good, but they're still just the squares. And then I squared them off. Bison jute micarta. And so they look good. Like, the epoxy looks like it's good. And then I bought some white glass fiber scale material as well. And then I glued some blue or some turquoise G10 to that. So I have one. Well, they're both ready to be put onto a knife. And then I bought some burgundy micarta. It's like a real deep red. It's like a almost like blood ox red or ox blood red, whatever you want to call it. But it's like, if you know of like the SG guitar, the like this, the iconic deep red is like what that micarta looks like. Hopefully when it's all polished up. Because that's the goal I'm going for. Gross. Because that would look really cool, like with the like super rough kind of look that I'm going for. So here's the knife that I finished. I'm calling it the M1 for Mallery 1 first knife, right? So we have gray black G10 with, these are stainless Chicago screws, but they're like bronzed or coppered, like antiqued, right? So it's really cool looking. Then we have Pops Pro Cut and focus, dude, and freehand hollow grinds. And then I acid etched it and then sanded the flats. So that's what we're looking at. So it's kind of rough looking. This has like this crosshatch effect, which looks pretty neat. And then this is just a rough, like, I think 80 or 120 grit hollow. And this looks like rust. It's not. Like, it comes off, but it does look like rust. But that'll buff out. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with this. That looks rough. Maybe that, well, hopefully, whatever. I can fix that. So this one's not for sale. This one is mine because I made it and I want it. No, I'm just kidding. I still need to fix some things on it. This one is actually spoken for. So I need to fix the sheath a little bit. So it's got good retention, like not there obviously, but like it's not gonna fall out, right? And that's nice, obviously, but you know, that's not good. So what I want to do is try to reheat the, I don't really want to reheat the spine too much, but because I've already riveted it and stuff, there's only so much I can do now, right? But I want to at least pinch the spine a little more maybe try to get this down to try to eliminate like some of this wiggle. I don't really know. But the main thing would be is just to get rid of this, right? This up and down. So I need to just heat up this part and pinch it. And then I can go in and, round this off. But first sheath, I'm pretty happy with it. Also, another thing that I think I did wrong, is I saw people putting tape on their blades, right? And I put 2 layers of masking tape, but I also went to here on the handles, and I shouldn't have done that. So, I can see just doing the blades, but not the actual, not the actual handle, because that's where you want, obviously the retention is here in this choil, but I shouldn't have done that because that needs to be better. But anyways, my first knife, like I said, I'm pretty happy. There are definitely places to improve, of course, but I will learn as I go on. But it's sharp. It's shaving sharp. I shaved my leg with it. Just the one. You know what I mean? This is very thick paper, by the way. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. What's up, Ryan? I don't know. It's like slate gray, but still, it looks very blue in the pictures, which is unfortunate. Also, you can see on this side, I went a little deeper on the counter bores on accident. So I tried to get them like that, where it was just enough to feel, but I didn't want this because I don't have like like a chamfering thing that big. But thanks, Ryan. I don't want to zoom in too much because I got this like rust spot that should not be there. It'll buff out, right? It's just dirt, y'all. Don't worry. All right. So now y'all can see my chamfering and stuff. So this is like a scallop. And I can go, obviously I can't, not now because I've done this, but I could go for the next one. I'll go shallower. That way it's like more close, because this feels good and it's a very small handle. Um, Talking to me. So I want the width, right? Because if you have a small handle this way and you take this width down, it's not going to be ergonomic. So, anyways, this has got the slight, what did I call it? It's like a slight pinch point, which it's comfortable. But the main thing is you don't want a shelf. Like, you don't just want it to be all the way squared off because that's super uncomfortable. This is even uncomfortable, but because it's at least scalloped, it's fine. But it's not the best, you know what I mean? It feels unfinished. Um, but it's not bad. So yeah, the next one I'll go in a little deeper this way probably like to there. Maybe you leave like an eighth of an inch, and then that'll be a nice pinch point. And I'll probably keep this width this way because this is nice. It's less than half an inch, but it's pretty darn close. I mean, we're probably like half an inch or 0.47, I think. Um, so it's not bad. No, yeah, we're probably like right at half an inch. And then we got this little chamfer this way. So you see it goes that and it tapers right here. This side's better. So it tapers right here. And then this part is chamfered all the way. But I'm using these screws because I could do pins, but I don't want to deal with epoxy like too much. I'm very accident prone when it comes to like epoxies and glue. And yeah, so um don't really want to deal with it if I don't have to. Plus this way you can obviously make your own handles. So why not? But it's very good. I chamfered that part a tiny bit. So things to note, right? So for the next um fixed blades I'm gonna make, I'm either going to just round this off like this way, you know what I mean? Or just extend the handle altogether because I do have small hands. And even this is fine because it's all, rounded off and whatnot. But like even that is small. And if this is like for like a normal person, you know what I mean? This will be like here. Or somebody with XL hands be even, you know what I mean? Be like a 3-finger knife. So um I'll be making the handles a little bit longer. I've already drawn it out. It's like I have the whatever sketch ready to be cut out. And that way I can just grind it. I sharpened a stick once. Your thing is good too. Thanks. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's nice. Not bad. The hollows could be better for sure. This one particular kind of just goes straight down. This one is good. That's why all the photos you see, I'm just taking it this way because this grind is a lot better than the other. But I mean, they still meet, you know what I mean, in like a decent point. So without trying to cut myself. So they're pretty good. The best way to do it is take your nails and do like that. So you put your fingernail at the top of grind and the top of the grind. You know what I mean? So that's how I've been doing that. I just mark the initial center line and then I just do this way. Kind of like the short handle on the full size fixie. That form factor makes a larger knife easier to carry. Yeah, I agree. you know, because I can change everything, obviously, right? But for like a general use knife, I think I need to go a little longer or just get rid of this part. That way it's just more straight. So this is a 4 1/4 handle. I mean, and you can see it's well, you know, below that. I don't have a ruler, but um so yeah, what else? Yeah. So it's a small knife, but it needs a more either a neutral handle, like get rid of the flare, or it just needs to be extended just a tiny bit. This is probably like 3 3/4, so 3.75, if you will. So it's definitely smaller, but for me, it's nice, and the person who's getting it will be very happy. I hope. Once I fix the sheath, I'll feel a little better about it. Because that's not bad, just that I'm not too thrilled with that. But the retention is good. Like it's gonna stay. So for anybody doing Pop's Pro Cut, this stuff etches instantly, by the way. Um so yeah, so don't just drop it in and forget it for, you know, like a couple minutes. Cause I do when I do the acid stone washing on the Hadroses, these are like 6 minutes a blade. And the same probably for the liners is roughly like 4 minutes, depends, because the typically what I found with the liner lock, the lock liner, it doesn't etch as quickly as the show liner. So this has to stay in longer, which is very weird. Um, but it does because it's still relatively polished if you pull them out at the same time. So I have to leave it in for like another 2 minutes typically for the show liners on the Hadroses. And this one, I'm not even kidding, was like as soon as I put it in, I noticed it changed, so I took it out. I was like, wow. Like it was a suddenly. So it was really cool, but very crazy. So this was literally like 10 seconds. Um yeah, but it's very comfortable. Very nice knife. And I didn't have to, but I ended up putting a little tiny sharpening notch. And it looks pretty neat. I didn't need it. But when I was sanding, I was filing, not sanding, when I was filing the handle, my file has slipped and I caught the edge. So that's why it looks like there's a tiny recurve right there because I caught this whole part with the file and it just like tore the edge out. But it'll sharpen out. So I'm not too worried about it. Who's got dibs on the first one? I'll tell you in chat or in private. But I don't want to say. I didn't want to say on the stream, mate. All right. Well, enough about the knife. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and I can't wait to work on the other ones when it's not cold and I'm not a baby about it. I want to check out this Pro Cut. It's pretty nice. I mean, I don't have anything like. Obviously, with that whole etch thing, this stuff rusts kind of easy. I put some rust inhibitor on here, but and some metal cleaner. But I guess since I rinsed out the Kydex, I guess for whatever reason it didn't. There was water right in that particular spot. I don't know. Because it's obviously it's nowhere else, but it's right there, or was. But just weird. And that was with the rust inhibitor on here. So that's my only. It's not like a complaint. My only like heads up would be is to watch like the water. So because when it's super rough, like even like 60 grit, if you like dip it, like when you're grinding it, you dip it in water, put it down. If you don't wipe it, that spot wherever the water is like on will just surface rust. So just super, like be cautious about that. And I took all the scale off. So this is all acid. After I hand sanded all the scale off, this is the acid etch that I left on here. So you can see the sanding lines or the grit. So you know it's clean. It's clean. But yeah, very happy. Thanks. Someone else had Rusty Pro Cut and Flitz got hit out good. Flitz is good for like carbon steels. A lot of people who have case knives usually sell Flitz because you can buy like Flitz in like a paste, or you can get like those like rust erasers, which are good too. But a lot of those case dealers will sell Flitz. Or I guess most knife places have Flitz, but yeah, all right. The other thing about the Kydex though, Kydex is obviously I got this one. Super rough, like I said, but the Kydex part, you need to have a ton of force on here to press the shape. So that's another thing that I need to do is either make my own press with like a ratcheting thing. That way I can like tighten it way down. Yeah. So that's the other thing. Get a really either because I don't want to buy a press. I can just make one. It's like, and it's $150 for a Kydex press. It's like, a couple pieces of wood, good pieces of wood or metal, hinge it, There you go. You buy the rubber sheets for like $30. Or thorough thermo thermo something. It's like a thermo rubber stuff. It's made for heat, whatnot. But anyways, it's $30 for a pair on Amazon for the rubber. So then you can just make the thing. Someone else had nasty pro cut. Oh, I already read that. I didn't say this was nasty. I'm just saying. But it grinds good. I think any steel will grind well if you have good belts. I bought ceramic belts, and I have a variable 2x72. So um pretty standard size, and so the belts are readily available. The rivets thing, I gotta figure out the rivets. That's the other thing too, because if you look at these, some of these look like they'll just fall out. They're not going to, but like you can see like this one, it's kind of like double stamped, and it's not that good looking. This one too, I messed this one up on accident, but yeah, the thing with that is you gotta hit that stuff hard. Because I bought the rivets and like the little whatever they call it. You smash it and it like does the thing. It came with it. So I don't have like the rivet press or whatever, but that's pretty cool though. I get to use my sledgehammer, just wham. And it's not like it's not sharp anywhere, so I haven't had rust issues besides that. Like as long as you wipe it off, it's fine. And like I said, I use rust inhibitor and metal cleaner, which are both food safe. So at any point you can just rewipe it down, or I could just rewipe it down and it's fine. But yeah, like with any knife, you don't want to leave any kind of water or liquid on the blade. So as long as you're maintaining it, it'll be fine. Because even when I was grinding it and profiling it and stuff, um, if I would dip it, like, and wipe it, it's fine. But you just have to make sure it's like dry. Because that rougher grit, that's rough. And it's still just surface rust. So like with the next belt or the next grit, it'll come out. But you don't want to. You want to minimalize that. You want to reduce that as much as possible. Malcolm, what's up, dude? Did you get that knife yet? I guess not. Today's Monday. You might get it tomorrow. Not yet. Yeah, figure. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Um, Other than that, I don't have any news really. So I still have two knives that are not ground yet because I wanted to do flats on those just to see if I could do it. But I really don't want to do flat grinding Gotta hit the hay. Good night, Drew, dude. What do you mean? I have a job. I'm a knife designer. It's a real job, okay? Um, yeah. Flat grinding is scary because obviously you have the platen like this, and if I'm doing freehand, you have to put your knuckle really close to the platen, and I do not want to take this thing off. So I'm really worried about that. Obviously, it's not that big of a tattoo or area, you know what I mean? But I still don't want to grind it off. So on Sunday, you said you had to go to work. You said you had a job to, you had to go to work. I'm confused. Had to go to work. I don't remember that. So I'm sorry. But if I did say that, I did not. I think you're thinking of when I said it's too cold to work or something. I don't know, but uh yeah, I meant like outside in the shop. I don't want to work in the cold. I'm too much of a wuss. So it's his way of saying goodbye, so everyone didn't feel like leaving the chat early. Zach, howdy, sir. Yeah, Maddie, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry if I've not been in the good headspace today, I guess you can say. Like, as far as brain activity. But, anyways, that's like every day. Where are my knives? I know I have my knives, and I had my pen too. Oh, I know where they are. See? Brain. Anyways. Um, so there's no update on the H2Os. Still waiting on the team to say they're back from holiday. And then we can start. So once I get that, I'll let y'all know. Um, which hopefully is soon, because I want to know if when I'm getting these knives, I want to make sure that I'll have them before Blade Show so I can get a table, because that would be nice. I would like to have a little something something to sell at Blade Show. Although I like hanging out, you know what I mean? Like last year, I just basically stayed at Sharif's table talking to everybody, which was pretty cool. But Networking. I was networking. So, what did y'all carry today? Let's hear it. I carried the H2O, of course. There's still things like with the H2O, I feel like could be improved, if that makes sense. Like, there's a cutout. It's not a cutout. So this is basically flush, right? Which I really don't like. A lot of people don't like it because then you don't have easy access to your lock. But I have not had any issues with this, and you can see there's a big cutout right there, and there's a cutout. There's a cutout on this side too, but or a chamfer. There it is. If I can get it. Anyways, it's there. But because I have not had any issues and I haven't seen anybody else have issues that I've handed this to, I've decided to just leave that because that's an unnecessary thing. I feel because there's no issues, it would be an unnecessary change, if that makes sense. Other than that, though, I did redo the file and sent them the new one that has the new um pocket clip location and the blade changes as well. So hopefully when they get back, they'll be like, okay, we will do it, which they've already confirmed, but I want to make sure that I'm double confirmed. You know what I mean? Triple double checking that we're going to get the one that I sent them and not this one. Because this plate with like this carbon fiber doing that, I think we'll have a lot of like blowouts like on the corners right there. So it's not good. So hopefully they change that. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Carried the MBK Kane XL today. Very nice. Chilling for the homies. Carried the Micarta Kaimano. Carried my high water estuary. What is that? Kevin, howdy, by the way. Yeah, I've been carrying this in my shop, which is not a good idea because of all the grit and grime and stuff that's flying around. But it's fine. Oh, goodness. It's a knife. Oh, okay, I got it. Sorry. It's a knife. This thing is so nice. Same for just some crazy laser stuff. This cane is a little more subtle than a lot of it, but I love it. Very nice. I feel like I should do like everybody else, which then I'm not starting a new trend, you know what I mean? But like I feel like I should get a Discord and have pocket dumps. But I'll do it on my phone. We'll keep that tradition where I'm just like, all right, here we'll look at pocket dumps, you know what I mean? Oh, speaking of, don't look at my don't look at my dating apps. You know what I mean? Gotta get that off the screen. Ooh, that's actually cool. I couldn't remember what knife this was. I heard of it, obviously. That's nice. That's pretty sick. Very nice. All right, everybody, text me your pictures right now. Of your knives. I'm just kidding, by the way. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like the IG? Sure. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, totally don't. I'm not even going to say that because I might publish this one. I've been not publishing the last videos just because I end up saying something like random. So I would like to at least have one live up from the last 4 months, you know what I mean? I was tuning my drums today, trying to get them to sound good, and they don't. So, yeah, it was a waste of like 4 hours. So, that was fun. I got the snare to sound pretty good. So, I'm happy with the snare sound, but I'm not happy with the toms right now. The kick sounds good too, but I think I need to undampen it. I have a pillow in the kick right now, but that is wild, Zach. That is insane. I can't show that. That's crazy. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Wow, if only I was smart, I could have turned my phone sideways. That's pretty nice. Very nice. All right, Malcolm gets a redo. There we go. It's made by a dude in his garage. See, I caught that message quick. I don't need y'all reading that stuff. This is the MBK Kane, Malcolm. This is your picture. No, I know what you're talking about. That was not McGinnis. That was what did Maddie say? Um the High Water Escatary. It does have like very McGinnis type vibes, but yeah, I think these are aluminum. And then of course it's got this. What are you doing, step milled blade? So uh so yeah, but yeah, he makes these in like batches. He hasn't made anything I think in a minute. Um but I think he's back now. So I think he's back to making knives again. But yeah, High Water Estuary. It's the mat. It's the mat. This stuff is dangerous. Look at that. Crystallized zircotite, maybe? What is that? Monochrome crystallized twist zircotite frame. Yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Why do you have those, Zach? It's so Zach's over here sending me crazy stuff. The Matt D. Oh yeah. I'm sure it went for more than that, right? I saw that Wear Knives. He had a. I don't think it was an. I think it was like a first come first serve type of sale post. But he had like a not. I can just show it off actually. Should I just pull Instagram up on the computer? That way you guys don't have to look at my phone. Um, let's do this. Instagram. I learned not to do this last time. Don't show your search. You know what I mean? Not that I look up anything crazy, but you know what I mean. Who are we looking at? Oh, Wear Knives. That's right. All right. All right. What is it? Display? No. Window. Get out of here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Matt. The Matt. We don't need people to know. We don't need people to see this stuff. You know what I mean? This is that titanium camouflage. That titanium camouflage. I don't, and this isn't, this is obviously a personal thing. I'm not a fan of this. And people doing like, mother of pearl Mother of pearl is very chippy, which is, it's very impressive to do that because it is chippy. But for me personally, I don't like it on any knives. I don't like that ProTech does it on their buttons. You know what I mean? Um, that's just not for me. So like they could stop, and I'd appreciate that. But I'm probably one of the few that doesn't like it. You know what I mean? I can see if it's like a dress knife, like a fancy knife. Um, but you know, whatever, right? It is what it is. Let me just pull these knives out. So the mat, what did you carry today? What was in your pockets today? I think the opening slot. I think I like the opening slot more than the. Huh. Yeah, I think so. This one's on washers and this one's on bearings. I should have had this one on bearings. I think it's nice. It's smooth, and I can flick it open, but it is very very nice. So only two of these were made. I think two. Only two of these have thumb studs. I think out of like, there's less than 10 total so far. But yeah, they mostly had the thumb slots or thumb holes, whatever. Opening holes. Just posted the Sonora to IG. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. Because this one's obviously the user one, right? Oop. And like, then I have like the polar opposite, the fancy. So it's like, now it's like rough. We shall go back to Instagram. We look up the mat. The mat. All right. If y'all want to see some impressive photography. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you know what I just noticed? This thing is like it's like the Green Ranger, bro. You kidding me? Look at that. Tell me that doesn't scream Green Ranger right there. Golly. Look at that. Look at this. It's so impressive, man. That's sick. Those inlays are nice too. I like that. Look at that. Right there. Follows that line right there. That's good. That's good stuff right there. Very nice. This one. All right, look at this shot. Wait. Oh, look at that. Look at this. I've been looking at this thing almost. What just happened? I've been looking at this shot like every day since you posted it. Oh, look at that. Would you look at it? That's so nice, man. Good job, Matt. Inspiring, sir. All right. I'm done drooling over the Matt D's photography. Yeah, the Fiel, that's crazy. I guess you know, send it to me. You know what I mean? We'll do a little. Hey, look at this, and I'll look at that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't even realize that thing was like those colors. I mean, I knew there was green and gold, but they're very close to the the Green Ranger. Pretty nice. Hola. What's up, Kyle? What's up, dude? Talking to me? What's up, Edgy? By the way, everybody, for those who don't know, you should know, but if you don't, big shout out to Shane for heat treating these for me. By the way, he heat treated all these blades. So, very grateful for that. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. Getting fitted for your leg brace, ankle brace, right? Yeah. Ankle brace. That's awesome, dude. Hopefully you'll be back to it soon enough, man. I know that sucks, dude. When I had my thank you, Kyle. When I had my the leg injuries, I I blew out both my knees. Dude, I couldn't walk. Obviously it's not like a shattered heel, so, you know, apples to oranges on this one, but dude, it sucked. So, obviously it's very your legs are very important, feet very important. And it took me like 3 months just to get to walking with without a brace, but I had a cane. And then I'm fine now, but I was thinking about that the other day. It just sucks. But you got to do obviously once your ankle or your foot heals, um, dude, that like physical therapy is like important. Yeah, bro, I'm basically like Hank's dad, right? What's his name? Yeah, that's why. That's why I'm so short. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, dude, physical therapy, man. Once it's healed, of course. You don't want to. Plus, I bet this cold weather ain't helping none. I forgot his dad's name. That's good, bro. Well, I'm glad you're getting fitted for your brace. That's exciting, though. Can you walk with the brace on? Is that the point of it? Or is it just to stabilize? Is it just to stabilize it so you don't move it? You ain't got no you ain't got no knees. Ice cream. Jenny. I will have to wear the brace for the rest of my life. Oh, dang, dude. Well, hopefully that brace is comfortable because that's very unfortunate. Oh, I gotcha. On this one? This is the small one. It's not the big one. I could tell people it's like the F95. They wouldn't know, but it's not. This one's not bad. I have like some like just personal issues that I don't like with it. The main one being the detent ramp. I hate detent ramps. Like with a passion. But I'm very impressed with this knife. Just not the detent ramp. Yeah. Yeah, this is the big one. The grinder's nice. I don't have any real like besides just me being not so smart at times. It's pretty I mean it's easy. You know what I mean? As long as you respect it. Oh crap, that's the shirt booth. Oh, I gotcha. 17. Jeez. That's a lot. No, they don't. Because that's why. You have to first, alright, here's the detent ramp. Still going. There. We're past it. But it's like I like doing the thing. You can't do the thing with the detent ramp. Because you're constantly you gotta fight it. It's very weird. But once you get past it, almost 90 degrees, it's fine. Like this one. See what I mean? Look at that. Just smooth. There's no detent ramps here. How do I keep my micarta looking dark, not dried out? Yeah, it's like food safe oil, or there are some waxes, like Matisfaction said. There's some beard balm. There's stuff. If you go to the EDC roundtable, they have some stuff for it. But for the most part, your hand oils will age the micarta. You know what I mean? I don't have. I have micarta, but it's not like decent. You know what I mean? Like this is all not like fresh micarta or whatever. But yeah, I always suggest or recommend food safe oils. Excuse me. Because like if I'm cutting foods or something, I don't want to have like you don't want to poison yourself on accident. You know what I mean? What's up, Todd Carr? So yeah. Mineral oil, keep it fresh, Zach says. Dark walnut wood stain. Yeah, right. I only poison myself intentionally. Beeswax lip gloss. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a good time. Poison yourself. I have some food safe oil. I talk about it all the time because Scorpion 6 makes it. I don't know if they still make it, but they made this one just for me because I'm special. But Shane made it and he had some for sale at one of the shows, but he specifically asked me what scent I wanted. So I went with peach, of course, because I'm from the peach state. So my food safe oils and rust inhibitor, it smells like peaches. It's very nice. I tried the beeswax lip gloss, but I don't know. I'm new and I don't know what to do. So I just did oil. But yeah, you just dip it or dab it and then just rub it in. Kind of like, like a stain, And then you want to wipe it down, of course. Like after you rub it in, make sure it's good. You know, like whatever. Get like a rag and then. I'm new and I don't know what to do. I got poo on me. I'll do it. I hit it. I think he did do watermelon. He did watermelon, sour apple or green apple, and there was a third one, and then I got peach. He was offering peach anyways, but he didn't bring any to the show, so I got peach. Um, yeah. I don't know if he still makes it though. I love Joe Dirt. That's a space peanut. Ew, dude, you ate off it. Keister carry it for a few days. Ew, Todd. That'll be fun. YouTube like that. Shake, shake. Any questions or any final thoughts for the night? Um, you know, I'm probably gonna call it here soon. It's 1:45. Do it like that. Like this. Like that. Like this. Can you explain to me how much and why? Marty, yeah. Final thought. Shane, I said I was gonna publish this one, so I'm not trying to read all of like the wild comments, you know? And I don't want that one to be like the last remark that I make. Not that I think many people would like read it. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that for sure. I'm just gonna charge like 4 times the amount of shipping. So, you know. Yeah. If all y'all start banding together, I'm gonna make y'all the last ones that receive knives as well. You know what I mean? Y'all be back there with Troy and Maddie. Maddie's back there too. Just saying. Hey, you know they can read it in the in the thing. It's fine. That's fine. Charge. I already got it. All right, Kyle. Heads up on the shipping charge there, bud. Yeah. All right. You're in the back of the line too. Paper or plastic? All right. Well, if I'm gonna get bullied, I'm gonna get off. You know what I mean? This is what you wanted. By the way, I still got my buddy. Still got my friend. Never named this guy. He used to have wings. I had to glue his arm back on too. It fell off. The poor guy. We're all adults here, right? All right. So the reason I have not straightened his legs out is because there is a unfortunate um design choice with this guy. Um so y'all are probably like, why is he like sitting, right? That's why he's sitting. So I'm assuming when this was a full toy, obviously I don't remember, right? So it's got like these little things, da da da. I'm guessing the this thing had something to do with something. So yeah, poor guy. You know what I mean? He's been through a lot. USPS is routing things in a weird way this week, so I probably won't get the knife until like Wednesday. Oh, good night, bro. Hopefully you get it tomorrow, but yeah. That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like that's why, but he sits on the table. You know what I mean? I just sit him on the table like that. So none the wiser, you know what I mean? Hey, this man has lived a crazy life. He deserves everything he can get. You know what I mean? Yeah. Special guy. All right, everybody. I think I will call it a night. But I appreciate y'all for stopping in for a bit. Sorry the stream is shorter than normal. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Um, yeah, and like I said, I'll let y'all know on any updates or anything like that. Be on the lookout for more fixies and stuff like that. This first batch is kind of like already spoken for, so um, I'll make some more and then go from there about what all's happening. But yeah, have no fear. There'll be some out there. Hmm. Yes, take care, everyone, and DSKFS. Do something kind for someone, as the great Zach says. Oh, do I have it here? I don't. Zach, I found some crazy OG stickers, by the way, of yours. Um, they're not in the room with me, but I do have them. But I got the big ones, man. They're pretty cool. Yeah. We're gonna charge Kyle for the shipping stuff so he can sharpen all the knives, by the way. Do something. Ooh. Okay. But yeah, all right. Good night, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in and stopping by, hanging out on the late stream. Appreciate you guys. Take care and stay safe, of course, and stay warm. Um, yeah. All right. Good night.